happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having a good day. Yeah, we've had more snow. I like snow. I've always liked snow. But this year I was kind of hoping that the last big snow dump we had a couple of weeks ago would be the last snow of the season, because I have so much to do in the garden. I am sorry, my hood keeps getting a little low and I need to pull back the little thing on the back of my head. 1 second, let me see if I can do it. Pulls the thing and fails. Apparently that is as far back as it will go. Oh well, look, we've had a lot of snow. The strawberries and the garlic are now covered. There's a little bit of relief for that corner there, and all of the raspberries and the strawberries here are fine, because if you look up, we're protected by the trees. But this all fell in the last few hours. It shouldn't have been this much snow, but it has happened. Poor Michael had to get to the studio today. And I should also note, we are recording this on basically a week before this goes out. So this is before our California trip. You can see how much snow there is here. That's a fair amount. That's a fair amount of snow. And poor Michael, he normally doesn't come to the studio when we have snow, because Michael's car does not have winter tyres. Winter tyres are expensive, and Michael has to just be very careful with the Volt in the snow. His Volt does not like snow. Our road is not too bad, let me show you. It is just a bit slushy and horrid. The snowplows haven't come through yet. But it is frustrating because there is so much planting to do. In the last chicken and garden update, I talked to you about me wanting to put my parsnips in and maybe wanting to start my potatoes off before I went to California. Well, that's not happened. I actually recorded my chicken and garden and Sunday musing for last week yesterday. So this is one day after we recorded the last one, where I was telling you all the things I was planning on doing. And I think it's fair to say that none of those things have happened because of this snow. The snow is forecast to happen all the way through until Sunday evening, and then on Monday, hopefully, when we leave, it will be a lot better. The chickens are fed up. This chicken here is not a happy bird. She always attacks if you go near her. She is a grumpy bird, so we leave her alone. We don't look and see if there are any eggs underneath her. Sometimes I do it with the other ones, but not with this particular chicken, because she is a grumpy so-and-so. In terms of growth, I'm hoping that by the time this video goes out, the tomatoes I showed you are now germinating, and my peppers and onions are doing really well. But I'm not going to plant anything right now because a lot of the seeds that I need to put in just wouldn't be happy about all the snow cover that we've had. It's not a huge amount of snow, you know, it's a couple of inches, nothing major, but it's enough to cause some issues. My rhubarb is a good example of things. By the way, my garage is open right now because I opened it earlier on, and I should probably show you this. It's not really chicken and garden, but it is a behind the scenes thing. This is the new server cabinet that I purchased for $150 off Craigslist. I need to get this into our server room. I have no idea if it will actually fit. That's something for me to worry about after, not after this week or next week or the week after, but basically in a month's time. So it's going to sit in my garage for a full month before I have a chance to do anything with it. And that kind of shows you how very busy we are right now. So look, here we are. This is my rhubarb, which this morning, I brushed that off this morning when I was walking the dogs, and the leaves are doing great, but they've got lots of snow on them again now. And out back here, let me show you what it looks like on the deck, because it is unbelievable how much snow we're getting. Last year, we got heavy snow in the first week of April, and obviously this is the last week of March, so, or the penultimate week of March as we're recording it, but it's enough snow to make my temperature sensor go. You can see how much snow is in my rain, and of course we're not going to get any wind measurements right now if the wind can't come through. So this is my anemometer. Let's get that off there. It's very beautiful and very pretty, but this is pretty heavy amount of snow, and I love the crunch that we get as we walk through. It's definitely very picturesque. Hopefully this will be the last snow of the season, but who knows. I would love to know if you are living in the Pacific Northwest, if you've had this snow. I know that downtown Metro Portland has had no snow. Michael said that there was no snow until my local town. He said it was snowing in my local town as he came off the freeway to come up into the mountains, but he kind of just got a little bit up the mountain road, and then the snow started in abundance. I know if I go up another, well, we're at 850 feet, and I know this mountain goes up to about 1700 feet, and if you carry on up this road a little bit further, it just gets higher and higher and higher. And I've been watching cars come down the hill from up the road, and they've all got a huge amount of snow on them. My office looks onto the road, so I see, you know, just how much snow is coming through. But yeah, sadly it means that we're not doing a whole lot of gardening this week, and the chickens are a bit fed up, and I'm a bit fed up, and of course my hair is a complete and utter mess. So unfortunately that is about all I have for you today. My hands are cold, I am fed up, and while I love having the snow in the winter when nothing is growing, when the spring comes and we have now passed the equinox, I would really like to have a little bit more. And you can see that car going down the road there. It's kind of slushy. It's kind of a bit of a mess. Hopefully it will all be gone by the time I get back from my California trip, which will be tomorrow or today, depending on when we get back. Anyway, on that note, we are done with today's video. If you liked it, you know what to do, and feel free to let us know your thoughts in our Discord chat room by reaching out to us on Mastodon, or if you are a Patreon supporter, leaving a comment at our Patreon page. If you want more, subscribe, hit the bell, and follow the links to support us with a YouTube membership or a Patreon subscription. You'll also find links below to our Ko-fi, Bitcoin, and Swag store, as well as that aforementioned Mastodon server. Scrolling on my right is the amazing list of charged up supporters, and shout outs go out to our self-driving tier supporters. They are Mike Weeder, Denny Hyde, Linda Irish, Lance Schlall, Mark Eggleton, Cyprian Laplace, John Trammell, Alan Tupper, Chris Maxwell, Brian Newton, Bennett Elder, Andrew Martin, Sean Tucker, Pedro Mora Pinheiro, Kyle Hodgson, Tony Moss, Brophy Wolf, Kyle Fox, Hey Esker, Tesla in the Gong, Dan Blair, Peter Dillinger, Gordon C., Stefan Fremgen, Stephen Williams, Regine Velez, Chris Ascenta, and Jim Vaness. And finally, out of this world, thanks to our top tier supporters. They are John L. Henderson, Clay Witt, CPU Freak 101, John Lyons, Kevin Burridge, Andrew Glenn, Joe Hughes, Dave Kitchen, Joe Bresney, Nigel S., Matthew Drobnak, Eric Knack, Paul Conway, Stephen O'Donoghue, JP Fagerback, Reggie Watts, Marcel Ward, Robert Flannery, Aaron Hahn, Roy Litwin, Ellery Hensley, Will Graylin, and of course, Ian. Don't forget, we publish content every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday on our main channel, and over here on Take Two at the weekends. I will be back next week, hopefully in warmer weather, as I'm preparing for my next big trip. And until next time, keep evolving.